Speaking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran, and this song is in D major. We'll jump right into the verse. Today the verse is made up of 4 different chords: D major, to D over F sharp, to G, and A7. So let's take a look at the D major chord. We'll be playing D and A in the left hand, D and F sharp in the right hand. And then we'll go to D over F sharp, and this is still a D major chord. We're just using our F sharp as the bottom note of the chord. That's why we call it D over F sharp. So the left hand will have F sharp and D, the right hand will have A and D. Then we'll move up to a G major chord. In the left hand we have G and D. In the right hand we have a B, but you'll notice I kind of slid off of my A and B flat to get to my B. So you can do that. If you prefer, you can just slide off of your B flat, like that. That gives it kind of a jazz sound. But you'll notice I go up to my D here, right before I go to the next chord. So that brings us to the A7 chord. You'll have A and E in the left hand, G and C sharp in the right hand. And right before I start my progression over, I play a C sharp and an E in my right hand. Like that. So let's walk through the verse once again. One thing to note before we do this is that the chord changes happen on an upbeat. So you want to make sure you're aware of that. I'll count this out for you as we play through it. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, and 4, 1 and 2 and 3, and 4, 1 and 2 and 3, and 4. I just played that 4 times, but the verse, you will actually play it 8 times all the way through, so you'll double what I just did for the verse. And that will bring us to the pre-chorus of the song, and the pre-chorus revolves around 2 chords, which is E minor and A7. There are 2 additional chords in the pre-chorus, but mostly each line will begin with E minor and A7. So let's take a look at the first line. We'll have E minor, and in our left hand we have E and B. In our right hand we have G and D. Then we'll go up to A7. And this is the same A major chord that we played in the verse. We have A and E in the left hand, G and C sharp in the right hand. So basically we're moving from G and D in our right hand to G and C sharp. So this G stays the same and your top note is just coming down 1. The third chord of the first line is a D major chord, D and A in the left hand, and A and D in the right hand. So that first line will sound like this, and I'll count it as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4. And that will bring us back to the E minor chord, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll go back to the E minor, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3. So this time we're switching our third chord to a B minor. We're playing B and F sharp in the left hand, B and D in the right hand. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4. Then back to the E minor, and then we'll build on this last A. 1 and 2 and 3, like that. So let's walk through the whole pre-chorus one more time. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, And that will bring us to the chorus of the song, and the first part of the chorus is identical to the verse. So we won't stop and look at those chords again, but I'll go ahead and play through the first part of the chorus for you. After that, we're going to be playing a walk down. All a walk down is walking from one chord to the next in your scale. So we're playing a walk down for the second part of the chorus, and we'll start on a B minor chord. In your left hand you're playing B and F sharp, in your right hand you're playing B and D. Now all those notes will walk down by one, just like we're walking downstairs. You'll have A and E in your left hand, A and C sharp in your right hand. We'll keep walking down to a G major chord, G and D in your left hand, G and B in your right hand. Now you'll notice that your thumb will stay here on D, and your pinky's going to drop down to F sharp for the next chord. And this is our D over F sharp and D in the left hand, A and D in the right hand. Then we keep going down to our E minor chord. This is the same one from the pre-chorus. E and B in the left hand, G and D in the right hand. Then we move up to an A7. This is the same A chord from the pre-chorus. A and E in the left hand, G and C sharp in the right hand. And then we drop down to G for the ending. D and A in the left hand, A and D in the right hand. So that whole walk down sounds like this. I'll slow it down just a little bit and count it out as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, so let me play through the whole chorus for you. So that last change between the A and the D is pretty quick, so you may want to slow that down a little bit as you practice it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4. And that will bring us back to the verse, which we've already learned the verse. You'll just go through that chord progression 8 times. D, D over F sharp, G, and A7. You'll run through that 8 times for the second verse, and that'll bring you to the pre-chorus again, which is the same as the first pre-chorus we learned. E minor, A, D, E minor, A, E minor, A, B minor, E minor, A. And then that would bring you back into the chorus, which is the same as the chorus we already learned. And after that second chorus, you'll go into an instrumental, and the instrumental is exactly like the verse. You're going to play through the D over F sharp, the G and the A. You'll play through that 4 times, and after that instrumental, you'll come back to the ending chorus. And there's nothing different about the ending chorus as far as the chords are concerned. They're the same chords. the walk down on the very last chorus. That's the only thing that will be slightly different. The chords will not change, but you'll actually play that walk down 3 times instead of 1 time. So let's walk through that.